Coach Dupe and I go back to 1976. I was a student at Catholic High, and he was a brand new teacher / coach out of college. Well, he's always told me that take care of the kids and everything else will take care of itself. And he's more into the kids than just athletics. He'll write notes to kids and leave it in their locker, just encouraging them, or telling me he believes in them. He just basically shows that he cares very much for the kids beyond athletics. He definitely doesn't brag on himself. He's kind of humble about it and says it's just part of the job. So he tries to put it off mostly on the kids. If you watch him at awards at, after track meets, the state championship and all, he won't go get the trophy. He sends the kids to get the trophy. And he'll say, it's not mine, it's their hard work that won it, not my hard work. He's one of the highlights of my life.
Claney and I first started working together at Catholic High more than 40 years ago. He was hired as a new coach, new teacher, and I was already on the staff, and he became my assistant coach. So we go way back, and we've got developed over that period of time pretty much a mutual admiration society, because he was as a young coach, he was a go-getter, fireball, always had new ideas and good ideas. And from there, when he moved on, I hated losing him. To this day, I still regret him ever leaving us. But I knew he was going to be very, very successful no matter where he went, just because of what he brought to the table. Every year, I'm just blown away by the efforts that he gets from his kids, by the effort that he puts into it every year, and his desire to just continue working at such a high level. He has taken what he learned with us many, many years ago, he's taken it to another level. And all you have to do is look at the record. Anyone that's been blessed with the opportunity to be under the tutelage of Claney Duplechin should thank their lucky stars and thank God for the opportunity for him to be a part of their lives, because he's made a difference in so many, many lives.
Yeah, I first met Coach Dupe when he was on the search committee at Episcopal School of Baton Rouge when they were looking for a new head of school back in 2009. And he interviewed me and was part of the search committee that brought me to Baton Rouge. He has this amazing energy about him that keeps him going and lets him work with high school kids and middle school kids in a way that's just remarkable. It's just a true honor for me to know him and to have been associated with him at Episcopal. You get Claney, but you also get Phyllis. And the combination of Claney and Phyllis together, and now I know their children and their grandchildren. Some of them are at Episcopal now. And so I can just tell you that I'm very envious, I think a lot of people are, of the great relationship that Claney and Phyllis have had of love and support for each other. It's just a great model for all of us to know.
Basically, I loved sports all my life, and I went to Mamu High School, and I played 4 sports: basketball, football, baseball, and track. And I just loved to compete. I love competing, and I just love the atmosphere of athletics. And I had a high school coach who was my football coach, and a cousin who was my Coach Dupe, another Coach Dupe, who was my baseball coach. And I got to know them very well, and I wanted to do what they did. They seemed to have a great time. They seemed to enjoy coaching. And I kind of got into it because of that. So bottom line. To me, the thing that gets coaching, that makes me want to coach so much, and as long as I can, is seeing the kids become better people through the sports that they do. That's one thing I push very hard, is being good people. We break out every day to go nights, good people, have fun, state champs, and the good people part is ahead or before the other 2 parts. And I just love seeing that happen. I love getting, when I do see it happen and I get letters from parents or kids down the road, you know, after they've graduated 10 or 12 years, and they come back and say something like, what we did, what your program did, changed my life. That's really what keeps my ball rolling. It keeps me in coaching. I guess the only memory that I would have, they're memories of the letters like that I just said, the ones where I guess what I just see the letters that come in from the parents about the kids that become great people down the road, to become executors or whatever, and they just, that to me is a memory that keeps me in my mind, keeps it in my mind all the time, keeps me wanting to continue to coach all my life. You know, when you're young, I was 21 when I started at Catholic high school with Pete Boudreau, and we started track there, and it seems like that's past. It's 43 years later, and it still doesn't seem true that we've been able to win as many state championships as we had. And no, I never would have thought that when I was 21 years old, that I would have had, number one, any state championships, period, but along the number we have, and then also the impact that I feel that our programs have had on kids. No, I think when you're young, you're getting a family, you're just trying to exist. You know, you go day to day, and it just starts happening. Yeah, life just happens, and 43 years later, you look back and say, wow, you know, maybe I did make a difference on some kids' lives, and it makes you feel good about yourself, you know. I guess one thing is I don't like to talk about my accolades because they're not mine. I tell kids all the time and parents, if I would have had to run, I never would have won one state championship, that's for sure. I was a decent athlete, don't get me wrong, but I never won one of those state championships. The kids have won them. So I can't really remember any one particular state championship. I guess the first one, you remember that more than anything else because it's your first one and it's exciting and it's, you know, but no, I don't remember any one particular one. They're all great, but what I remember are the kids having such a great time whenever they win a state championship and having such a great, all the work that they've put together come together and allow them to be able to win. We were having a regional meet, and if I can get this right, it was the mile relay, which is a 4x400, and we were in the lead. We were in third place. Another school was in first place, Southern Lab, I believe, and another school, I think Sunshine, was in second place. And a dog got onto the track on the third leg of the relays. And he got up, and I think he thought he was in the race. He just didn't have a baton. But he's on this track, and he's going around the track, and he starts passing everybody. He passes the fifth guy, the third guy, the second guy, comes all the way around the track. The first guy is about to finish with about 50 meters to go in the race. And the guy thought the dog was attacking him. So he takes the baton and stops and starts swinging at the dog. He starts swinging at the dog. At that time, then the second place guy goes, we go and we finish and everybody finishes. He's still swinging at the dog and he finishes last place. That was the funniest moment I have ever seen in a track meet. The dog wanted to play. He thinks the dog was attacking him. But anyway, they had to redo the whole thing, almost had to rerun the race, but they didn't. But the headlines, I think Miss Robin Fambro had the headlines, if I'm not mistaken. Regional 2A goes to the Knights and to the Dogs. So that was the whole thing there. That was interesting. You know, they say good people finish last sometimes, and I can't agree with that at all. Good people, to me, I think God takes care of good people, and He allows them to be successful. And I have been associated with a ton of good people, both coaches and students and athletes and administrators and fellow coaches that helped me become who I am. And I appreciate that, and I thank all of them.